you for joining the Tuesday edition of Journalist Hangout. I'm Ayodele Osubaku. Today on the program, Justice for Mohbad. Protests spread across 3 states as Governor Sanwo-Olu invites DSS to join probe for his deaths. I'll be hanging out with Babajide Kolade Otitoju and Mayor Akipelu. So if you're ready, let the hangout start now. Thank you for staying with us. Nigerians yearned for the completion of the construction work on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. The federal government, the federal controller of works in Lagos State, Olukorode Kesha, says the first phase of the project has been completed and delivered to ensure free flow of traffic. According to her, the phase 1 was completed and delivered before mid-September dates promised by the Minister of Works, David Umahi. Judy, I don't understand this.
It's a very straightforward thing. The second phase includes drains. The second phase of the work includes drains.
Okay.
And overhead bridges and
Okay.
all that, you know. But what they've done is to fix the major carriageway so that they can solve the problem of traffic
flow
on that road. You know, it's still, by the time they escalate the work on the bridges, it will still lead to some
Minor
snags.
traffic.
But I can say that at least at this end, the major problem that we've always faced, the major traffic snags, you know, have been dealt with now. Before now, if you are going, you are leaving the office, leaving TVC, for example, and you check, your map will tell you that 45 minutes to get to Baja. That's not happening anymore because all the major points where we used to experience traffic along that corridor have been sorted out. Whether it's just shortly after the Otedola Bridge or further along the road around that opposite Capital petrol station. All of they've finished work in that area. Even the intersection, you know, that leads to Baga Under Bridge, that has also been dealt with. So you can see now that people can heave a sigh of relief, but they still have to work on the expansion joints of the long bridge. So they have that.
That long bridge.
Yes, that long bridge. They have to work on the expansion joints. At the time when they want to do that, we'll certainly have some traffic snags. But I can say that the bulk of the work is completed. I don't know the state of things at the Ibadan end.
In fact, on the Ibadan end is even better than the Lagos end. The Lagos has not
Shagamu to Ibadan.
It has been delivered, but a lot of part of the road
around that
Okay.
No, Guru Maharaji.
Okay.
No, they finished it.
No? Because the last time I traveled, I saw
they finished it.
undulation.
What they are doing now is from toll gate to
Iwo Road.
That's what they are doing now. They've done
I
that.
saw the one of that Iwo Road.
Yes, that's what they are doing.
Ibadan end would always be easier to fix because there are many built-up communities in this area which caused
People coming from
all the Mowe, all of those areas,
Yes.
that built-up areas.
Yes.
It's easier
Even
to
people coming from Djibouti or
It's easier to construct roads in areas that are not built up because the volume of traffic in this area is very high. It is estimated that about 40,000 vehicles move on that road every day.
every day.
Yes. So you can imagine, and the bulk of them, they are coming to Lagos. They are coming
Direct.
to Lagos.
Direct.
So it's a good thing, it's a thing of joy that
So,
we can now
I'm seeing
give a
respite.
sigh of relief.
Yeah, there's respite, but my problem is that when you look at from the Lagos to the Shagam end, which is done by Julius Baja, what they have done is a poor work, poor job. Because already there are parts of that road now that is showing wear and tear. And the road has not even been commissioned. I traveled on the road recently.
No, it was resurfaced.
That's what I'm saying.
The road,
What they
we
needed
saw
to, what I'm saying, because you know they've done a
excavation
lot
of the road.
they've done a lot of those roads, and then there'll be a lot of traffic on that road, and then there are a lot of accidents,
Pressure.
and maybe cankers that will do that have eroded a lot part of that road. It has not been done. They left it like that. If you look at something that's supposed to be a new road that has just been commissioned, there are some parts of that road that looks like an old road. Because there have been pressure, because there have been accidents, then there will be a tanker that will burn, it will affect the car.
It's not exactly new in some portions. Even before Goodluck Jonathan left office, they had fixed some portions, they have constructed some portions of
And that's what I'm saying.
after
But
the
now
Sagamu area.
It's beginning
So
to
it's
show
like, even those
a
ones
lot
are
of
looking
tears.
like 8 years. There are some portions of that road
So what will
that
happen?
are as old as 8 years.
This place
No,
will
that's
still
what I'm
have.
saying.
Do you
So
know
it's
this place will have
important
left
they should have been able to.
What is this meant for?
No, this is an old video.
They should have gone to. What I'm saying is that they should have done like palliative things on those parts of the road. Because when you travel now, you will see some part of the road that is beginning to show signs of wear and tear. For a new road, I expected them that by the time they want to deliver it, they're supposed to go back on that road and then look at areas that they needed to fix. They've not done that.
And anyway, they are not ready to inaugurate the road yet.
Yeah.
But the point that I'm making is some portions of
Sign
that
of good
road
news.
is as old as 8 years. Because Goodluck Jonathan had already constructed some parts of it before this government came in. And talking about the Sagamu to Ibadan end, a good portion of that had been done by that administration. Where we faced issues. Yes, that RCC that time. And you can't understand.
This one too.
It's RCC that did the Sagamu.
And they did a very good job.
Yes.
Very good job.
Fortunately for them, those are not the heavily built-up areas. So traffic was not heavy. Traffic was not heavy on that part. You know,
even their stone base is better.
You know, on the
stone base of the road.
Ogun State, the overwhelming proportion of that road is in Ogun State area. Only a small part is in Lagos. You know, so is this part coming into Lagos, inward Lagos, that really gave them problem because of excessive traffic? But going towards that end, before Jonathan left office, they had constructed some parts. So people have used such, the constructed portion, they have used it for not less than 8-9 years. So if it's showing some wear and tear in some areas, then they just need to go back.
And that's what I'm saying. They're supposed to have done that.
Why you are saying new road? I'm saying that it's not every part.
No, what I'm saying is that a road it's still a new road that just been presented to them. And they should have known that because those ones have been done a long time ago, they're supposed to have gone back and just do palliative measures in those areas.
All right. The quest for a crack team to deliver the renewed hope agenda of the current administration continues. In this regard, President Bola Tinubu has approved the appointment of 18 special advisors and senior special assistants for the office of the Vice President Kashim Shettima. Those appointed include Akim Baba Ahmed as a special advisor on political matters. He is the elder brother of the vice presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Yusuf Dati Baba Ahmed. Others are Rukaya El-Rufai as a special advisor to the president on NEC and climate change, Tope Kolade Fashua as a special advisor to the president on economic matters, Aliyu Modibo Umar on the special advisor on general duties, among others. Jide, so this appointment, the presidency is one. This appointment for the vice president now is an extension of the presidential appointment that President Bola Tinubu has been making since May 29th.
Especially matters relating to the economy, because that's supposed to be the forte and responsibility of the vice president. So what the president has done is to appoint key aides for him that can help him with the day-to-day administration. And I've seen some individuals that we are familiar with who are very good at what they do. I've seen Tope Faswa, one of the best economists in our country. Many people are taunting him on Facebook. You supported Tinubu, our market. All these silly things that people say when they expect that everybody who publicly supported Asiwaju must get an appointment. It's not practicable for everybody who supported the president to get an appointment. So the naysayers will come, attack you, say, oh, Tope Faswa, how market. But now it's been made essay economic matters, and that is significant because the economy is, in my view, the most important sphere of our national life that the vice president has to handle. So Tope is a special advisor on economic matter. I've also seen Gimba Kakande, SSA researcher. Yes, Gimba is a thoroughly brilliant man, a poet, a writer, and a tremendous influencer, even on social media. So, and he also trained the London School of, he studied international relations at London School of Economics. So he's a very brilliant man. The people who had hunted him have really done a good job because he's as brilliant as they come. So he's going to help the vice president with research work, and I'm sure even in writing his speeches, because he's such a fantastic writer, But it's Akim Baba Ahmed's appointment that has got people talking. And as you can expect, the moment he announced it, that look, this is not the time for fence sitting. I'm happy to serve my country. I feel honored that I've been given this opportunity. They've been abusing him, calling him names and all that.
The other brother too.
Yes, they've been abusing him. And his appointment is significant because it belongs to the Northern Elders Forum. And this group is a very significant one in terms of the opinions that they express on national issues, and is like the face of the group. Is one who usually comes out to say, look, this is not right. This is beyond even promoting Northern interests. He generally likes to give his opinion on national issues, whether they are related to the South or not. So, and he used to be, I think he was staff to Bukola Saraki at some point. So it's not new to national life, national politics, national matters, and he was also at INEC. I remember.
Okay. Yeah, yes. He was at INEC.
Yes, he was at INEC. So he's a man with a whole lot of experience. But at this stage, some people don't even want to hear his name. So, but I've seen some very solid people in this list. And I just hope that the environment will be conducive for them to add value to this administration, because sometimes the environment may not allow you to live up to your full potential. So let's hope that the VP will really enjoy, these people in terms of what they will bring to the table. But secondly, it will appear that the presidency has been targeting the Dati himself in a way. Remember, it was the VC of his university that they made Minister of Education. Yes. He's a lawyer,
of that school.
VC of his university in Abuja. They made him minister. I think it was people like Ribadu, that made that possible. but he's the Minister of Education today, was VC of Dati Ahmed's university. So in football, they call that statement signing. So they've signed him now. They've signed Professor Tahir, middle past VC of Baba Ahmed's Dati's university, as a way of getting a message across. And they didn't stop at that. They also signed his elder brother. So this, in my view, are statement signing, sending a message across to the man who looked into the mirror, into the camera, and was threatening judges that they must not be part of the inauguration. He's an illegal resident, this and that. So these are just interesting times.
Are we targeting the administration targeting to weaken the opposition?
No, not really. But I think two things. One, that the appointments are very nice. I believe that the major problem we have now has to do with the economy. So as many people as possible that we can bring in that can help us to make the turnaround needed in that part of the polity is welcome. So that's given. But for Baba Ahmed, yes, I want to commend his accepting to serve under this government. But Baba Ahmed is part of the politicians, part of the problems that we have. You see some politicians, when they are outside the loop, they say all kinds of things. He's one of the stringent critics of Tinubu. This same Baba Ahmed, throughout the time, prior to the election, immediately after the election. But the same person does not see anything wrong in serving in the same government that you have so demonized. But it is good because it shows a lot of courage to do that. He's a very brilliant man. I have to consider it's a PhD holder, lecturer, being everywhere. So
to bring him in.
Yeah, so he's a brilliant man, and he will
manage him.
Yes, it will contribute. It will add value to the office of the vice president. But that does not change the fact that when they are outside, they pontificate, they moralize, and try to demonize people as if they are above board. But ultimately, they want to be part of it. Ultimately. So most politicians, yes, they will pontificate, they will criticize, but ultimately, it is what is in need for them that they are really after. That's what I think. Because he's one of the biggest critics of Ashwaju and APC as a party.
This appointment, some people are saying that it's a little skewed to the southern part of the country, Babajide, and a lot of people are saying that this is not in any way different from what we witnessed during the regime of Muhammadu Buhari. Now it is a turn of the southwest.
You mean this
particular one, or all the other appointments?
Generally.
What the other appointments?
Because this one, I don't see how this one is skewed. In fact, this one is skewed in favor of the North.
Yeah.
It's clear. The facts are there for anybody with eyes to see. Rekia, Aliu Bodibo, Akim Baba Ahmed, Sadiq Wanka, Usman Mohammed, Ishak Nengi, Gimba Kakande, Mohammed Bulama. You can't say this is a... These things always find a way to balance
itself.
That is the thing. The people who are always peripheral in criticizing, who do not look deeply, they will not see what some people who would rather take their time to analyze will see. This one is particularly skewed in favor of the North. Just do the math yourself. Just count. And I know some people have said, the economy team is heavily pro this, pro that. I think that the worst that you can do to yourself is to not put people that you trust unflinchingly in critical areas. There are areas where there is no room for error. And a leader must decide. President Buhari said when he made the first set of appointments, people said, oh, he went for merit. He said, no. I only chose the people that I had known for years because these were his personal staff. I wonder why people were expecting him to use federal character in picking his personal staff. He said these were people that had known over the years. So he put those who were defending him by saying, oh, he went for merit for that first set of appointees. But for Asiwaju, on the economy, you know the people who helped him to run the economy in Lagos. He still trusts them to the point that he's brought them in. People believe that some of what happened in Lagos can be recreated at the national level. How do you do that? The best way you can do that is to also look at the people who helped you to do it back then. You have to look at them and see how you can use them. Why? Some people are saying, oh, why did both the Minister of Defense and the Minister of State for Defense, why should they come from the north?
From the northwest.
From the northwest. In fact, neighbors.
Both of them.
Neighbors. They share the same, boundary, the two states. So there are other things that people, when they say all these things, when you sit down, you try to analyze, you see that these things even themselves out. Just like they say in football, when one decision goes against you today, in the course of the season, you will see the decisions that will be in your favor, unmerited decisions that will be in your favor. So things, at the end of the day, these things will even themselves out, just as we send a set of appointments.
To add to that, there are a lot of appointments at the federal level.
Okay, I think
there are still so many to
we have a caller from Gombe State, Ali.
Ali, hello?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Thank you for giving me space to talk. I think the people complaining, they have not looked at the past. As far as I'm concerned, the appointments are very, very okay. So I totally support the president. The North should not complain in this era now that the South are having their chances. When President Buhari was in power, what was the lookout of the appointments? So these are the things people should consider, not complaining or criticizing what we have done.
Thank you for your contribution, Ali.
So like I was saying, there are a lot of appointments at the federal level. And like I said, this thing will even itself out. But one thing is very important. When you inherit the kind of economy that this government has inherited, it is important to put people that not only that you trust, that you know their capability to be able to do the work. It's not a position, it's not an area where you will put people to justify things. A lot of governors were appointed ministers, obviously maybe for their contribution to his becoming president. You can afford to do that and put them in different ministries. But when it comes to the economy, and you know that the economy have problems, everybody knows that. You put people that not only that you trust, but you are sure of their capability. If you remember during the election, there was a time Ashwaji was addressing some people on economic matters, and he mentioned that for you to do things well, you need a teacher like Cardoso, who is very strict when it comes to economic matters. You understand? I saw the video one time when he was addressing people, and he was telling them that you have to be disciplined. Yes, you have to be disciplined and all that. So he said when you want to do to take some economic decision, you need somebody like Cardoso. That's why some of us were surprised when Cardoso was not in the original cabinet. We didn't know that, okay, there was another plan for him. Because whether we like it or not, Cardoso is a very brilliant economist. That is not in doubt. Wale Edun is a very brilliant economist. That is not in doubt. They've done it before. They've seen it. Before Ashwaju took over Lagos, Lagos was like every other state. People should not forget that. Some people changed the story of Lagos and made Lagos to become a mega.
Them aside.
Yes. So those people are there. So if you know that I know these people, they've done it for me before. You tend to go back because it's how many appointments are we talking about? Maybe 3. But there are still other appointments that you put other people. There are a lot of appointments. So people should not look at
just like these ones.
Oh, just like these ones.
It's heavily tilted in favor of the North.
It will come and everybody will go around like that.
Okay. We take this breather. When we come back, we'll talk more. Stay with us.
We are passionate about two things in Nigeria. The first is football. The second is our rice. And nobody celebrates like a Nigerian. So, for every goal scored, every mark made, you can be sure to always come back home to rice. Celebrate with Nigerian Premium Big Bull Rice, homegrown just like you. Big Bull Rice, tasty rice, nourished you. We are passionate about two things in Nigeria. The first is football. The second is our rice. And nobody celebrates like a Nigerian. So, for every goal scored, every mark made, you can be sure to always come back home to rice. Celebrate with Nigerian Premium Big Bull Rice, homegrown just like you. Big Bull Rice, tasty rice, nourished you.
Vida White Card. I'm your big fan too.
Thank you so much, I appreciate it, brother.
And I'm chilling with my main guy, Feda.
Alpha, network problem.
Yes, well, got me.
Let me turn on my hotspot.
It's off connected.
When you're on 9 confirmed from 9 Mobile, you get a super gift of 1,000 Naira just for joining the network. 900% bonus on every recharge. 100% data bonus for 6 months and double data bonus on your first recharge of the month.
Get a new SIM or dial *1400# now.
9 Mobile.
At TVC News.
Thank you for staying with us. Another political misfire has put on those states on the spotlights. Yeah. The state governor, Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, has condemned the assaults on his commissioner for women affairs, Olubunmi Osadahun, by the chairman of the All Progressive Congress, APC, in Ward 1, Akoko, Southwest local government area of the states. Olumide Awolumate, the embattled ward chairman, popularly known as Kuba, was seen in a viral video fighting with the commissioner at palliative distribution event in Arigidi, Akoko, while describing the assault on Osadahun as an affront. The governor Akeredolu emphasized that such act of violence would not be tolerated. Let's share the story by TVC News, Ayodeji Muradeyohuti.
The social media space was flooded with a video of the assault of the State Commissioner for Women Affairs, Bunmi Osadahun, by Ward Chairman Olumide Awolumate.
All of a sudden, the Commissioner for Women Affairs came in the company of his son, one other guy, and a police officer.
In a video that went viral, the Ward Chairman hit the Commissioner with a plastic chair, thereby inflicting injuries on her head. The fight occurred when the two-party chieftains engaged in an altercation over the distribution of palliative rice meant to cushion the effects of petrol subsidy removal. This has continued to generate reactions from different quarters. The state chapter of the All Progressives Congress, APC, condemned the attack on the commissioner in its entirety and called for the immediate suspension of the chairman by the world leaders.
We are talking about a serving honorable commissioner for women affairs who is a lady old enough to be your mother. The young man has done something terrible. The party, we had an emergency meeting, the State Working Committee today, and we have directed the ward esco to suspend the young man. It will not end there. Other disciplinary actions will follow. But for now, we want to extend our apology to the Honorable Commissioner for Women Affairs.
In the meantime, the police in the state have launched an investigation into the matter.
The investigation has commenced into what actually transpired and I'll wait to be briefed. But preliminary investigation after that, the Commissioner for Women Affairs for the state, Dr. Adebumi Osadahun, went to Akoko to monitor the distribution of palliatives. And in the course of doing this, she had an altercation with one Mr. Olumide Awolumate. And in the course of the whole process, she was assaulted. like the CP actually ordered that the case be brought down to state CID.
The command said it will not allow the case to be swept under the carpet. Ayodeji Moradeyo, TVC News, Akure.
The chairman is not fit to be answering that his name. Awolumate.
Where did he get that name from?
I don't understand.
A name that does not match his conduct.
I'm telling you.
You see, some men in the inner recesses of their homes beat up their wives. You know, it's happening.
They look at
but
women
to go to the point of beating a woman in public, this is a conduct that you can only associate with beasts. Bestial conduct.
She should be arrested, not suspension.
No,
from the party. Should be arrested, prosecuted.
He should be expelled from the party because his conduct has smeared the party. He should be expelled and then prosecuted. That's what Governor Akeredolu has promised, that in line with the law, that they are going to prosecute him. The governor must be really embarrassed by what this guy has done. The governor is talking about...
And it is also...
He said the Violence Against Persons Prohibition law.
No.
He will use it to deal with
him.
In trying him, why it is important to try him is to send a message to some people. Some people believe that thuggery, or you have to be a thug to play a major role in politics. This kind of thing that happened is just that it happened to a commissioner. It happens a lot in a lot of the worlds, where people think that it is violence that they can use to have their way. For somebody like this, for somebody to assault a serving commissioner, you know, imagine how many people will have done that kind of things to. So he must be made an example, and he must pay for what he has done. It is not only expulsion that is important. It's important that he must be tried and he must face the full wrath of the law.
I'm sure the women's groups will not simply fold their arms and allow this matter to be swept under the carpet.
What of if that woman had collapsed and died?
I'm telling you.
I trust Governor Akeredolu that is a no-nonsense person. He must be terribly embarrassed by what has happened. And as he has promised, this guy will face the full wrath of the law. By now, he should even be in Amotekun's detention facility, you know, so that he will learn a lesson. That's a woman old enough to be his mother, and you can see the woman bleeding from the left ear, and he still didn't want to stop.
Even the head is swollen.
You know, he still didn't want to stop. He wanted to continue to beat her. If people were not there, he probably would have killed her.
Killed the woman, yes.
You know, look how many people struggling to collect that plastic chair that he was using to attack the woman.
I have Otumba from First Stack in Lagos. Thank you for joining us, Otumba.
Yes, Ayo, how are you?
Very well, thank you. Go ahead, please.
Yes, Ayo, I have a different view.
Okay.
My view is this.
Hello?
A different view on what?
Different view on which one?
I was told we lost Otumba. Maybe you try and call back so that we listen to your different view.
Different view.
Yeah, different view about what they didn't even say.
Yes.
We don't even know which of the story.
We don't know.
We want to justify the
beating.
No, it can't be that. It shouldn't be that.
Nobody.
There cannot be any excuse to beat a woman.
An old woman, not even your age mate.
No matter the provocation.
So, Otumba, please just try and call back. My producer is waiting for your call.
So that we can hear...
More reactions continue to trail the deaths of late singer Ilerioluwa Aloba, popularly known as Mohbad. His fans have taken to the streets in 3 states to protest and seek justice for him. Hundreds of youths who dressed in black and to honor the late singer stormed the streets of Ikorodu in Lagos, Efurum Road in Warri and Delta State, and Pansheke area of Abeokuta in Ogun State, demanding justice for Mohbad. Meanwhile, the governor of Lagos State, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has invited the Department of State Services, DSS, to join the probe of the late singer, let's share the story of the constitution of an investigative team for the probe by Lagos Police with you.
It's not gainsaying that Mohbad has become more popular after his death on 12 September 2023 than when he was alive. Rage, pain has overtaken the social media space. Police say it's become important its operatives stepped in before it escalates. Is it a coincidence that his family at the command same day a 13-man team is being inaugurated to handle the case?
What we have done is to present a common front. That is why you have here the father and other family members of the deceased who have come over to signify their intention to work closely with the police. So the team will identify every character, every element that has been linked in one way or the other to this crime, with a view to getting to establish their extent of liability. Furthermore, the team will engage in the exhumation, autopsy, visit to the crime scenes, hospitals, and past records.
Will viral videos on social media of the late artist being molested form part of this investigation?
I can confirm to you that even now, all those videos so far posted have been compiled and are being technically examined, and they will form part of the basis of our inquisition. So they are vital, and we'll definitely look into them.
The command has promised to be discreet with identity of anyone who comes forward with useful information that would help them unravel what or those responsible for the death of late Ilerioluwa Oladimeji Aloba, popularly known as Mohbad. Ivy Kano, TVC News, Lagos.
I think it was a big mistake to have buried this young man hurriedly. Now, I think the right thing is about to be done now.
Yes.
To know at least what killed him.
I don't know why they had to hurriedly bury him. I just don't understand. Because he's a Christian. Even in one of those videos, he was even in church to give testimony and say that he's become a changed person and all that. So there's no reason to bury him that early. You died the next day, you've already buried him. Why? But I know that just as the police spokesperson for Lagos State, Benjamin Hundeyin, said, if there is the need to exhume his remains so that a proper autopsy can be done, they will not hesitate to do it. When a matter needs thorough investigation as this one, the autopsy is usually conducted on the death, even if the person had been buried. Remember the case of that student, the one in Elefe who died in that hotel. They had to exhume the corpse and do the needful. And you know, this is similar in terms of the horridness. In terms of the hurry that attended his burial, it's a similar case. When people are still wondering what led to his death, you can't hurriedly go and bury the guy like that. So I think it was wrong to bury him hurriedly, but I'm confident that the police will eventually have to get his corpse exhumed so that an autopsy can be done. I also like what the Lagos State governor has done by seeking to expand the investigation by bringing in the DSS. I think it is strategic because the DSS, whether we like the DSS or not, in many ways they are more credible than some of our security agencies because they are not open to manipulation the way some of the security agencies are. I'm not mentioning any security agency now because you see some people boasting openly that, look, the matter, nobody can do anything. This matter has been thoroughly dealt with. It's not that easy to say that about the DSS. They have not exposed themselves too much to the civil populace or even to the politicians and entertainers the way some of the security agencies have done. My worry is if this boy, as we said yesterday, if this boy wrote a letter, wrote a petition on his letterhead detailing harassment.
Yes, and mentioning names of
mentioning names. We failed him as a nation by not responding to the pains that he was going through. There are some of those artists today are full of regret because a lot of people knew what he was going through, how he was being stopped from performing at events, how the former label owner did his best to frustrate him, make life unbearable for him to the point that he became depressed and was even thinking of committing suicide. You had Bella Schmoder, one of the musicians, one of our young musicians, has already spoken about how he tried to commit suicide, how he tried to jump down. I just know that at the end of the day, lessons will be learned. Nigerians will know, will have an idea of how he died, whether it is cardiac arrest or whatever. At least the investigation should be able to.
Not just.
Yes. And I'm happy too that you look at even the Senate. The Senate is sending a team down tomorrow, led by Senator Elisha Abu, who is of the Senate Youth Committee, Youth and Sports, to commiserate with the family, meet the family one-to-one, and then see how they can be of help. And even in Abuja, what's the place called? Fountain Park. There will be the Youth Council of Nigeria is organizing a candlelight procession for him. In a long time, Nigerians have not been pained about the death of an individual like this boy. It reminds me of Bimpe Adekola's death many years ago. See the procession. She died of natural causes, but it really pained young people and other categories of Nigerians, and they flooded the streets on the day of our burial to show their love. It's clear that this boy in death has become hugely popular beyond the shores of our country. In Akute, somebody wanted to play the DJ at Joe's Bar. The bar is just very close to the road. He tried to play Naira Marley music. He should be lucky that his life is still there. People are very angry. Seeing those videos, they've literally made up their mind that this is how he died. No one has the right to say that Naira Marley killed this guy without evidence. But it's the fact that there was this deep animosity between them, for some time, that is making people to be angry. And all that.
Let me start by saying that there's so much hypocrisy going on around now. A lot of people are trying to make it look as if they are so interested in Mohbad. While I was coming, I saw a very popular actor who said, they were going to do a walk from Oba Akran to the governor's office and the commissioner office tomorrow. And people have been saying all kinds of things, justice for Mohbad. But it's just hypocrisy. The people that want to do the work tomorrow to the governor's office, what is it to achieve? Already, the state has done what has never been done before. The commissioner of police instituted a 19-man team involving crack detectives, people in the legal department, people in the pathological department, to say, look at the costs, look at this thing eventually and bring whoever is guilty to book. The governor of the state, not only that, expanded it and said the DSS should join that team and get to the bottom of it. There have been a delegation led by the deputy of governor to the family of Mohbad, consisting the deputy governor, the chief of staff, 2 commissioners, and 1 advisor. Already, they've done that visit to the family. Because what I'm saying is that when we want to look at it, it's important for us to understand how things work. 1, people say a lot of things about an artist and a label owner. And I said, it is not big deal. There is no way an artist will not have issue with a label owner. Most artists does that. Kenny's Music spends so much money to build artists. They walk away, they didn't get anything from it. Banky W was the one that brought out Wizkid. Wizkid quarreled with him and left. It's always like that. When you have a record label and an artist, there'll always be issues because the artist will say, oh, I'm trending, you are not giving me enough money. And the record label will say, oh, we have not made enough money to even be able to recoup our investment in that. That is 1. 2, everybody is talking about this boy. But I'm surprised about one thing. All these people that are saying things on social media, they are not asking one question. When this boy was sick, which hospital did he go to? Which doctor did he see? Who is this nurse that gave him injection? What was in that injection? You understand what I'm saying? All these things are very important. That's what I'm saying. What is in that injection? Which hospital? Which doctor said, oh, what is the nature of his sickness that they gave him that? You understand what I'm saying? Nobody is talking about that. But instead, that's what I'm saying. Instead, everybody is putting so much sentiment to say, oh, the record label, people, some radio stations that are professionals, that are journalists, have already said, oh, they must not pay Naira Marley's music.
The whole of Oyo State now.
It is wrong.
No, the thing, Mayor,
wait. What I'm saying is that, yes, I know that there are disagreements.
People are angry.
People are angry, but at the same time, we should. I don't know Naira Marley. I've not even met him, but we should not allow what happened to Mohbad to also happen to Naira Marley, because now, without hearing his daughter, without checking facts, without looking for facts, without waiting for the people that are experts that can investigate this thing, for them to come up with facts, people have already. And they have been crucified Naira Marley. So Naira Marley should go. So if tomorrow now he gets into depression.
When things, Mayor, and you know it, that when these things happen initially, were people not saying that it was soldiers that killed Senator Yayi's aide?
People were saying that, yes.
But today we discovered that they were not soldiers.
They were not soldiers.
So these are early days. People were angry, and he himself believed that soldiers, just because maybe they were wearing army uniform. That's why those who are calling for thorough investigation, when people are going to the governor of Lagos State, they've not done anything wrong. They are only saying, investigate thoroughly. Let us know why. No. There's nothing bad in exerting pressure. They want, and now you've seen that the governor has responded to that by expanding the probe. Expansion of the probe is a recent thing. So people protesting, going down, you can't call them.
I said some people still want to do. There's a work. There's
nothing wrong in having a work. There's nothing wrong about
the governor's office.
No, it's just to say,
no, they said they are going to the governor's office.
They are not going to. It's a peaceful protest.
Yes, to commissioner for police.
What is wrong in people showing their anger about the way this boy died? Did you see the corpse of this boy in the casket?
I did.
Is that not dishonor to the dead?
Let me tell you why it was buried.
Don't you know that is part of why people are angry?
You know why he was buried like that? Because the father was a very poor person.
It doesn't matter.
That's why he was buried early.
That's not the reason his neck should be broken inside the casket.
Because the casket that they got was the wrong casket. Because they just got a cheap casket.
Poorer people are not dishonored in death.
That's the fact of the father.
These are some of the things that got people angry.
No, but that's the point of the matter.
This boy was a genuine talent. There is no way. And you know, musicians have many followers.
Yeah.
There's no way this boy would die. Did anybody give them money to protest in this way? Is this a political protest? So we can't say people are angry. It's spontaneous.
I know, but
they have every reason to ventilate their anger. And they've not destroyed anywhere. It's a peaceful protest.
To be angry. But what I'm saying is that
we can't call them hypocrites. That is the point.
We must also be careful to to assume that somebody was because now the general talk is Naira Marley was responsible.
No, you say the reason, and we have talked. No, we talked.
That's wrong.
We have talked about Naira Marley in the beginning. I also said that nobody has a right to say it.
But people are saying that.
Some people will say that. Some people.
No, that's what I'm saying. Because
the thing is,
but why should a radio station now says that they must not play Naira Marley?
No, because people say they don't want to hear. Why did two different entertainment outfits that were meant to have Zinoliski come and play in America, why did they stop it? They told him, don't come. Because they said they are not sure of what will happen if we bring you. They've cancelled his engagement. He's supposed to go to 10 cities. People are angry. It's not in Nigeria alone. How can you have a generational talent? You can't doubt that this boy is a bundle of talent. And he dies, you think that the young people won't be angry? Of course they will be angry. And in being angry, they are not hypocrites. They are just ventilating their anger. That can bring him back. But we can't stop them from showing their anger. And they are not destroying anyone. It's a peaceful protest.
No. I'm not talking about
politicians.
Let
politicians bring their money. They won't see this kind of crowd.
But there are some people. I'm not talking about the young people. I'm talking about some people who are trying to leverage on that debt as if they.
Why should anybody carry cutlass, lead people to go and disrupt a video shoot? Those are the things making people angry. Yes. Is it right? In today's Nigeria, you carry cutlass?
Oh, you don't know that they do that?
Oh, is it right? Does it make it right?
But I'm just telling you that
and it was captured on video.
It's not that it's just exposed. There are a lot of things because all these young people who are into music, they are into a lot of gangs.
Mayor,
whatever it is that they are involved in, nobody has the right to do the kind of things that they did to that boy. Nobody. In a country governed by laws. You go to a photo shoot, you carry people with cutlasses with the intention of killing him, and you don't want people to talk?
This is
of course, our people will talk.
Definitely, we continue to stay.
Our people will talk.
I want to thank you, Mayor Akipolu. Thank you for your contribution. DKO, thank you for your contribution. The issue of Mohbad is very, very sad and it's really controversial if you can have this kind of controversy in the studio. And that's our offering today. Join us tomorrow for another episode of the program. You can watch the repeat broadcast tonight at 11 p.m. Join us this Sunday from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. for Journalist Hangout on Sunday. We're on YouTube, youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I'm Ayodele Osubakun. See you tomorrow.
Calling Bastion HMO. Thank you. Now that was my health insurance partner. Yeah, I was just as skeptical as you were about health insurance until I tried Bastion HMO. I got a healthcare plan that's right for me and my family. I have access to top quality healthcare services and facilities. We also get access to over 1,700 hospitals and clinics. Call 0800 Bastion, Bastion Health, the HMO that puts you in control.
The following is a paid presentation by ShopX TV. Do you spend the night trying to get comfortable? Your knees rub bone on bone. Your back and hips ache. You wake up in pain? Not anymore. ShopX TV is proud to introduce the Contour Legacy Pillow, the patented, ergonomically designed tapered leg pillow that naturally fits the contours of your legs, knees, and thighs to help align your spine and alleviate pain. Watch, when you sleep on your side, your leg falls forward, twisting your pelvis and lower back, putting pressure on your spine, hip, and sciatic. But the Contour Legacy Pillow cushions your knees and cradles your legs, relieving stress on joints while restoring your lower back alignment. Sleeping on your side, your leg comes over and puts you out of alignment, causing lower back pain, hip pain, even knee pain. By using the Contour Legacy Pillow, it restores the natural alignment of the spine, helping to alleviate pain and pressure, leading to much more restful sleep. Old-fashioned leg pillows are bulky, but the anatomical design of the Legacy pillow fits perfectly the shape of your body the way nature intended. You can even use two together for full leg alignment. Legacy pillow is exclusively ventilated, so it always stays cool and dry. With top crescent design, it cuddles up to you perfectly and easily moves with you. Ordinary pillows go flat, but the Legacy pillow is made up of soft memory foam, so it never loses its shape and the cover is machine washable. The Contour Legacy pillow is now available in Nigeria, exclusively from ShopX TV. You could be paying up to 500,000 naira for an orthopedic bed that doesn't properly support your spine, but call the number on your screen now and get 2 Contour Legacy pillows for just 69,900 naira and get relief from back and hip issues. But wait, if you call now, we'll give you 2 free Contour Cool Gel head pillows at no extra charge. Incredible! All for just 69,900 naira. And that's not all. Place your order now and we'll deliver to you with no shipping charge. That's free delivery across Nigeria. But hurry, this is an exclusive ShopX TV offer and only available for a limited period. So, call now while stock lasts. Your rest is your wealth.
The proceeding was a paid presentation brought to you by ShopX TV.
Every week, Green Angle, in partnership with Wild Aid, will bring you a documentary series on environmental issues affecting Nigeria's amazing biodiversity, from climate change, air pollution, and wildlife conservation. We will be traveling across Nigeria to give you on-the-ground report of the issues affecting our environment. It airs every Saturday at 4:30 p.m. only on TVC News.
At TVC News, wherever the big news story is happening, we're geared up to break it. TVC News, first with breaking news.
Thanks for joining us on the program, everyone. We're keeping tabs with events and happenings in the polity. I am Nifemi Oguntoye. On the program today, we're staying with developments in the United States, where President Bola Tinubu will later today address the 70th session of the United Nations General Assembly ongoing in New York. President Tinubu on Monday continued his bilateral relations and met with his counterpart in South Africa, President Cyril Ramaphosa, and the Union of Comoros Island on the sidelines of the ongoing UN General Assembly. He's seeking to use these meetings to seek more investments and promote mutual collaborations between Nigeria and the global community. And earlier today, the U.S. President Joe Biden also talked to world leaders at the annual UN General Assembly, saying that they must stand together against Russia.